Hi everyone, I'm Debbie with Memories of Home. Welcome, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a raffia wreath. The reason I wanted to make a raffia wreath is because I got into the shop some great big windmills, and they are only half ones, which they look great above a fireplace. But sometimes I like to just make something have that wow factor. So I thought I want something very natural looking. I want something very kind of organic, something indigenous to this area, because we do live out in the country, and all around us we have farmers. Love farmers. I love their work ethic, and I just wanted something that would just be a part of this community, as well as people that live in the city, which is where I'm from, that would love to be in the country. So what I thought, you know what? I think a raffia wreath, and then add some special elements to it that are like they are here in this area that we grow. I thought, I want to do that. So that's what I want to do. And let me show you what it is that I want to show you that we're going to do today. This is a raffia wreath. And what I'm going to do is when I get the windmill hung, and I'll definitely keep you up to speed on it, we're going to hang this raffia wreath in the area that looks like a half a moon. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first of all, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start with several items. So these are items you can gather up before you begin this project. Number one, it's the hot glue gun, and you're going to see just how nasty mine is because I use it all the time. Plus, I also have a hot glue pot where I dip my pens in. However, you do not have to have one of these. You could just use the hot glue gun. Okay, so the next item that you're going to need, make sure you have a few extra hot glue sticks. You're going to need your scissors. Then you're going to need your floral pins. These are going to be the things that we anchor the raffia into the wreath with. And then you're going to need a 12-inch straw wreath. And then let me tell you, when you get the straw wreath and you get ready to start, make sure that you don't take off the cellophane, because if you do, you can see right here, it starts to get just a little bit messy and scraggly, and you really don't want that. I mean, you can still use it, but it's just better to leave the cellophane on it. Then what we're going to do is then we're going to get our raffia. Now this is an 8-ounce bag of raffia. You should be able to get one wreath out of this. You will have maybe a few things extra left, but you'll see what you can do with the extra when we're all said and done. Okay, then this is what your raffia, when you take it out of the bag, is going to look like. It's going to be in long strips, and it will be quite messy, I promise you. Don't worry, just go with it and clean it up when you're done. Okay, what we're going to do, and usually there's more in a bag than this, but I've used some out of this one. So don't fear, you're going to have enough as long as you don't overdo your loops. Okay, now what we're going to do, I've already got one started. We're going to start at the top. We're going to put our first loop. I'm getting ready to show you that first loop that you're going to make. Just start at the top wherever your top is going to be. Then we're going to separate the raffia strands. As you can see, I took, well, there's, what is there, 4 or 5 here. Usually I take 5 or 6, but it's not going to make any difference. This is not an exact science, and sometimes the more exact that it is, it kind of looks like you're trying too hard. I like to have mine look like just that I love what I do. I don't have to be perfect all the time. I want it to look fantastic, but I want it to be, I just want it to be easy and easy to look at too. Okay, we took our strands of raffia and we're going to loop them. These are going to be about 6-inch loops. If they're not 6 inches, they're just maybe 5, and you're going to, you're just going to loop the other one like that also. Don't worry if they're not exactly 6-inch loops. It's not a big deal. It does, I kind of like it when some are 6, some are 5, some are 7, some are 8, because to me it just looks more natural than something really stiff. So you see what I did? I took an end that was kind of scraggly and I wrapped it. This is merely for security. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dab a little glue here. Now, if you'll notice, it's about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. You're going to lay that there, hold it down with your finger. Make sure you don't get it in the hot glue or you will get a real thrill. And then I'm going to take my pen, I'm going to dip it in my hot glue pot. And remember, you don't have to have the pot. You can just use the hot glue gun, but be careful because like I said, it's hot. Hot. Okay, then we're going to take our next strands. You can see what I've got here. We're going to loop it like that. I bring the end right here. That's going to be where we're going to put the secure thing. And then there's a little more I could bring around there. But let's take one of these unruly ends, wrap it around. I think I even took 2 there. We're going to put it on the wreath. Put a dot there. Dot of glue, I should say. And then put it on there. Hold it down while you are getting your pen or your hot glue on to put on the wreath. I always like to fluff it, and I don't know why. You could fluff it anytime you want. Let's do another one. So I'm sure you got this, and I'm sure you do. All right. Going to loop it around. This is probably an 8-inch loop. Loop it around there. Get one of your ends, doesn't matter which one. Wrap it around there for security. And then top it right there. Anchor it down with your finger. Take your pen. Dip it in your hot glue. Push it in. You're going to see these are tight. Okay, and then what you're going to do, you're going to keep doing that all the way around until this is about 3/4 done. So I'm going to show you it. I've got a few more to finish there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start snipping the loops. When you get to that point, you're going to snip the loops. See the loops? Now, does this have to be exact? Of course not. You know me. But we're going to make it into a piece of art. Okay, you keep doing that. And of course, this will be filled in when you do it. So you keep doing that and snip it. Then what you're going to find is you're going to have just a full wreath. And then you're going to go around and you're going to snip the loose edges that are, not loose edges, excuse me, the edges that aren't even. And sometimes I put that on a board just to see what I'm doing. My easel, a lot of times I'll do that on. And I'll snip what I think needs to be snipped. You're going to feel like a hairdresser, but believe me, this doesn't have to be as exact as your hairdresser is. I do leave at times some loops in the raffia because I kind of like it. To me, it gives it a little more fullness. The loops do. Of course, I don't want to leave all of them in there like that. Okay, and then you've got that, and you've got it done, and I'm sure it's beautiful. Now, the next thing I do, and this will be my finished wreath that I'm going to show you right now. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to make this wreath full of stuff that is probably, I would call, indigenous to this area. We do in Kansas grow cotton. It's not grown all the time, but it's not the biggest crop, I should say. Wheat is probably a very big crop here in Kansas, so I wanted it to look, and really not just Kansas, but the South, the southern states. So I've added wheat, and I dipped the wheat, and I laid it in there and held it in for a while. Then I added the cotton pods into that, and my cotton pods did just happen to have the leaves on it, the stems that I do sell here in my shop. And then I added the berries. As you can see, here's a berry right here, and a few berries right here, whatever color you want to put it. And then I add this piece, and honestly, I don't know what it is. It might be a stilby. I don't know what it is. But it's not, of course, it's a faux flower, just because I think it lasts longer. I like to use stuff like this. It doesn't shred, or not shred, but shed and shatter, I should say. I like to use stuff like this. I put those all in there, and that was my finished wreath. I will say I did add a few corn husks just because I like the fullness in there, and you're going to see that you may have a few bald spots. And if you do, you have those few bald spots, you pick up the stuff that's on the floor, make you some more, and they may be even shorter pieces. Those loops may be like 4 or 5 inches each loop, and what you're going to do is you're going to put them in the center where it looks a little bald. You can do that before you place these elements on, or you can do it afterwards. It's just whatever you think. Well, thank you for stopping by and watching us make this wreath. I would love for you to visit my website, which is memoriesofhome.com. And there you'll see all of our fun activities and just some special things that I'm going to be offering. I am getting ready to launch a new course, a video course, and I can't wait to give you some more details about it later in the year. But I would love to invite you guys to keep watching so that you can have a chance to be a part of it. Thank you again for watching. Please visit my website at memoriesofhome.com. It was good to be with you.